Good morning, everyone. It's been a while, and today I'll be taking you through a day in the life training for the 2026 Boston Marathon. I'll give you some tips along the way, and since I just woke up, if I don't leave 5 minutes ago, then I'm going to be late to meet my friends for a run. I'll see you all there.
Nail the basics. Don't overthink training.
Thanks, Tyler.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, for the first tip of the day, it is running is not as complicated as social media would like you to think that it is. This might seem obvious, but just getting into any sport in general, any new hobby, interests, it's very easy to go down a rabbit hole and kind of look online to see what people are doing, what people are talking about, and just the amount of content I've seen pushed to me saying things like, if you're not in zone 1, then you're overtraining. If you're not in zone 2, what's the point? Or even if you're not in these heart rate zones, you'll literally die. I think it's very important to recenter and realize that the easiest way to get better at running is by running. To be clear, I'm not saying that you have to run every day, but I'm just saying that any sort of slightly harder effort 2 to 3 times a week is really all you need, especially if you're training for a specific race effort. And I'll get into writing down your goals and targeting specific race times regardless of your level later in the video, but I think just having these different stimuluses in your training plan and filling the rest of the week with just easy runs by feel or just a walk jog depending on your skill level, then I think that's really as simple as it needs to be. I'll give sample workouts, particularly for half marathon and marathon training, right after this clip. Twice a day I'll make a protein shake, and I know it's going to skeeve people out that I'm using water as a base. I pretty regularly forget almond milk at the store, so I'm sorry guys. I usually couple that for breakfast with 3 to 4 eggs and a bagel with an avocado spread.
Let me in.
The table that my sister and I went to pick up was too big for the van that I brought over, making me tonight's big loser and making it so that I will have to pick it up next week. The gluten-free section, like a moth to a flame. I hope you didn't blink because it's time for session 2. As the old saying goes, all roads lead back to the treadmill, so I'll be doing a 2-mile jog on the old belt at my parents' house, and from there I'll be heading to the East Side YMCA and taking you guys through a lower body leg lift. So, something to look forward to. What is the importance of including lifting in your routine?
Injury prevention. That's it.
Hell yeah. I've always been a thigh guy, so a very on-brand lunch for me of Cajun chicken thighs with white rice and green beans. The other half is for tomorrow.
Think about what you want to achieve and write down quantitative goals.
Say it one more time. The next and most important tip of the video is set trackable, quantifiable goals, and this can extend beyond just running. Let's use me as an example and say that my goal is to get absolutely shredded. I think this is a relevant goal just because I've seen a resurgence of people wanting to get abs, which this is besides the point, but I think that's a sign that the world is healing. Your brain wants easily trackable things, and it doesn't respond well to goals like, I want to look like Brad Pitt from Fight Club. If you change that goal into smaller steps like, I will walk 10,000 steps a day, on days that I don't have designated cardio, or I will do some form of cardio 3 to 5 days a week, whether it be bike, Stairmaster, anything that I'm currently enjoying at the moment. Or I will have home cooked meals 3 to 5 days a week on days that I'm not traveling for work. All of these things are just small steps, and they really do add up, and they make your goal in the end much more realistic. If your goal is just to finish a half marathon or finish a certain race distance, I think that's great, but I just think it's so much more motivating to have a specific time to chase, as well as that much more satisfying when you do accomplish that goal. This kind of goes hand in hand with writing down your goals, but no matter how big or small the goal is, tell at least one person that you care about what you're trying to do. And if they truly do care about you, I would hope that they'd ask you how it's going just over the next coming weeks and kind of check in. In a way, this makes it real. You've written it down, you've spoken into the world and told someone, and now the expectation in your brain is, this is something that we're doing. We are setting out to accomplish this goal. I just think that's so important, and in a way, it just helps to hold you accountable. At the end of the day, the first step to having everyone believe in you is believing in yourself. And I think these are great tricks to be able to help you do just that. What are you trying to get me to do?
Watch Primate, the horror movie about a monkey that turns evil, and his name is Ben.
That isn't happening.
You just have to accept that this is how things are.
I rate that 5 out of 5 monkeys.
5 the monks.
It had me laughing, crying, screaming. It really took me through every emotion.
I felt tormented for most
Primate,
of it.
highly recommend.
Yeah.
The last piece of advice that I have after coaching myself for the past 3 years is find what works and find what doesn't work for you. I'm very thankful that I've had a lot of success, but that hasn't come without taking small steps back in my training and lifts in order to take small steps forward. Needless to say, I haven't treated my body as well as I could have during all this time. Sometimes I drink too much, sometimes I love too much, and more often than not, I work too much. The one thing that I remain true on is, more often than not, I'm showing up for myself, and it's the consistency of that will shine true in the end. All we can really do is learn from our mistakes on and off the treadmill. And over the course of 2025, I learned that I have a lot to work on going into 2026. So, cheers to that. I've got a 5-mile road race coming up, and I'll be aiming to do a half marathon before Boston, so looking forward to seeing you all there. I desperately need to get to bed, so as always, thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a great night.